Cheryl. This is FYI Friday 15-minute Bible study. Welcome back. The last time I was here, we were talking from chapter 2 of Revelation. We left off at verse 27. So I want to pick up today at verse 28. It reads like this. And I will give him the morning star. I will give him the morning star. Well, what is this about? The summary is all the verses that we've read thus far, speaking of the different churches that John wrote letters to, writing the words from Jesus himself to them. This last church that we spoke of, it's talking about them who overcome the woes of this life, the weights and sins of this life. And in verse 27, it spoke about how that group, that body of people will be given authority. Well, here he says the morning star he will give us. You, if you are one of us who believe Jesus Christ is Lord, the Son of God. And it's a process. It's a process getting the victory in many areas in your life. But what could this mean? I think we should give a little clarity to it because there are people who understand that the morning star also is referred to by way of Satan. It's also referred to as the planet Venus. So let's start there. The planet Venus, right, in our solar system. It is so bright it can be considered a star. People can see it without the help of a microscope. Anytime you have looked at the sun shining and you said, oh my goodness, is that the moon there too? You may be looking at Venus, right? It is a planet, but it shines so brightly that it, in many people's understanding, it is corn the morning star. Let's talk about Satan. Well, before he got the name Satan, you know the name was Lucifer. And in the battle between he and the archangel Michael, the captain of the Lord's army, when Lucifer and his bunch got kicked out of heaven, in Isaiah it tells us, I saw him being kicked out like a falling star. So you can hear people refer to him as the morning star because it says son of the morning. I'll give you those scriptures as well. Well, what's the ideal around the morning star? It is the star that shines brighter than any other. And truly, Jesus does. And that's why it says, I will give him, meaning this body of believers who conquer this life, right? I will give them of myself. We have him now, but not the full magnitude when this life is over. Where's the rewards, right? It's rewards untold that he will give his people. Yeah, we got a glimpse into it, but not the magnitude of the rewards that are coming when this life, as we know it, is over. So let me give you some cross references now. All right, the first cross-reference I want to give you is in Revelation, but I think it's important. Revelation chapter 22, verse 16. I, Jesus, have sent my angel to testify to you about these things for the churches. I am the root and the descendant of David, the bright morning star. That's where he refers to himself as the bright morning star. Remember, the ideal is the morning star shines brighter than any star. And of course he does. All right? Remember, the planet Venus. No, we're not into planets like horoscope. But in this 15-minute Bible study, we need to touch on everything and anything that would help you to go dive in and study for yourself that you may know things more clearer in your Bible study. Here is the verse regarding Lucifer. Isaiah chapter 14 verse 12. how you are fallen from heaven, O day star, son of the morning. The King James Version, it uses the word Lucifer. Why? Because it was in that fight that he was referring to Isaiah when he said he saw him being kicked from heaven, falling as he were. Son of the morning. So again, do your own study regarding it. Moving on to Revelation chapter 2, verse 29. I'm only giving you 2 verses today. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. Let's read it again. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. I have said several times before, we're not talking about the natural ears. But what I want to point to, because it dings to be explained again. The word spirit here is capital S. That is so important. Why is it important? Because you and me, we are spirits with a body. You're not a body with a spirit. You're a spirit with a body. But your spirit and my spirit is not capital S. It's small s. So the Spirit here speaks into your spirit. So the Bible is the written word, but there is a word that he can drop into your spirit, the inward witness that you can get. And in order to do that, there is a hearing that is not natural, but it comes from studying. It comes from not only having a prayer time, but a time of sitting down, listening, right? And try the Spirit by the Spirit. Everything that you hear dropped in your spirit. Everything that comes to your mind is not God. So you have to try the Spirit by the Spirit. But let me give you cross references for it. Let's look back at chapter 2 in Revelation. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the church. To the one who conquers, I will grant to eat of the tree of life. I just got through speaking about rewards. That tree of life that was in Eden, the tree of life that's in heaven now. There is rewards that we can't even fully wrap our heads around. But that tree has played a very significant role in the faith of the believer of Jesus Christ. But again, it's talking about being able to tap into the Spirit if you have ears to hear, not the natural ear. Let me give you another cross-reference. Romans chapter 8, verse 14. For those who are led by the Spirit of God are the children of God. Well, what could that mean? The inner witness, to be led of the Spirit. There are Christians who love the Lord, but they are led by what they see, what they hear. But there is one who has the ear to hear what the Spirit, capital S, is saying and moving. That inner witness that's within the person, their spirit, they are able to fall in line to what the Spirit is saying. So, they who have an ear, let them hear what the Spirit of the Lord is saying. The next clip, the sinner's prayer. It is for those who hear the call that comes through these lips of clay. The words I'm using are words you understand, but the Spirit behind it would be the Spirit speaking, and that's what I'm speaking of. And it searches the heart of every man, and it finds who it is that's interested in seeking him. So I'm Cheryl. This is FYI Friday 15-minute Bible study. I will see you next week. And my guest, you met him last week. He'll be back again. And then next month, there's a whole different person. I hope you continue to have a fantastic week. And remember, he shines brighter than any star. Who? Jesus, the Son of God. See you soon. Bye.